Hi everyone, after looking at your submissions, I feel like the one thing that we are struggling on is finding the period of the sine and cosine functions. So I want to take today to just practice that. So we are finding the period of these functions. The one thing that you guys do need to know is the formula for period. So to find period, I do 2 pi and I divide it by my b value. And that b value is your frequency. And we will look at what it looks like in these equations. So I'm going to try 4 with you, and then you guys will be completing the rest as your assignment for today. So let's take a look at this first one. Find the period of each function. So to do my period, I know that my period, and I want you guys to keep writing the equation each time so that you start memorizing it. Your period is 2 pi over b. My b value is coming from what is in front of the x. So in this case, what's in front of the x is 3. So when I calculate my period, I'm going to take that value and put it in for b. So 2 pi over 3. Now, what you need to do is you need to see if this simplifies. So we could use our calculator to help us determine if this value will simplify or not. In my calculator, I want you guys to go to alpha y equals and get your fraction in there. You're going to do 2 over 3. Do not put the pi in your calculator. Hit enter. I still get 2/3, so this fraction cannot be simplified. So I leave it just like this. And these are the nice ones because there's nothing that you need to do. 2/3 does not simplify. You're done. That is my period. Let's take a look at one that will simplify. Again, to do your period, we do 2 pi over b. In this case, my b value is 8. So 2 pi over 8. Again, we're going to put this fraction into our calculator, and we're going to see if this can be simplified. So I'm going to do alpha y equals again. I'm doing 2 over 8. And that simplifies to 1/4. So I want to show you how I want you guys to write this. This simplifies to 1/4, so it's really 1 pi over 4. Now, you can write it, and what some of you guys are doing are 1/4 pi, which is correct. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just not going to see that if it comes up in a multiple choice question. And you're actually not going to see this top one either. Mathematicians are very lazy, so if there is a 1 in front of something, just like if you have 1x, you just write x. You normally don't see the 1 outside of it. So how you will see this, if this was a multiple choice question, is just pi over 4. So if there's ever a 1 in it, you can just leave the pi by itself. You don't have to put that 1 there, but there is an imaginary 1 there. Let's look at a few more examples. Again, period is 2 pi over b. So in this case, it's 2 pi, and my b value is 1/2. So I'm dividing, I don't know what just happened there, dividing by 1/2. Now, same thing, you could put this in your calculator. You're really doing 2 divided by 1/2. We could put it as in alpha y equals in your calculator. So if I go alpha y equals into 2 divided by, and you could either do 0.5, but if you want to put the 1/2 in here so it looks exactly like your notes, you see that 2 divided by 1/2 is 4. So I write down that number, which is 4, and then just put the pi back with it. Let's look at one more example. Number 4, again, your period is 2 pi over b. So in this case, it's 2 pi over 6, and we need to reduce that. And if you're not sure what that reduces to, let's do it in our calculator. Doing 2 over 6, again, not putting in the pi, just putting in that fraction, and I get 1/3. So you can write it, and what some of you guys are doing is 1/3 pi. Yes, that's correct, but that's not how you're going to see it. So I want you guys to start getting in the habit 1/3 and put your pi on top. Again, the 1 doesn't need to be there, so it's just pi over 3. So you can have it like this. I don't really like that form because when you see it as a multiple choice, it might look different. This is how I would like you guys to write this. So for today, please finish these remaining questions, and tomorrow the answer key will be posted.